Hello, everyone that's watching. I'm Jolie Dawn here with Raven today, and she's a recent graduate of the process of Creatrix calling, and she created amazing results. She knocked out of the park, and I'm just having a conversation with her today to share her results. And so if you are considering the process of Creatrix calling, you can learn more from a former student about what her process was like, the emotional process, the financial process, and everything in between. So Raven, love, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Jolie, for having me. It's truly an honor.
Yeah. So tell everybody what you do. What was the process that you created in the program, and who are you as a coach and a healer?
So I guess I'm a shamanic healer and I'm an intuitive coach. I work with people individually and I create group programs. That was developed through the inspiration that I found with Creatrix calling. So when I aligned with Jolie, it was perfect timing, and I created through her beautiful process something called Soulpreneur Society, where I help men and women reclaim their path, purpose, and power through becoming self-reliant and increasing their self-esteem, self-confidence, and willpower to move forward with what they truly want to live and experience in this world.
I have so much respect for the work that you do. And I actually had a client session with you before you came into Creatrix calling. So I knew exactly what you did. It's so cool, you guys. She puts on her fuzzy eye mask and just goes into the shamanic space and can read so much of your blind spots. Energy work to me is so fascinating because somebody can actually see where you have an unprocessed emotion. And through her skill set, she's able to really help people transform and move past some serious trauma. So huge respect for your work. And you took some seriously big leaps on a business level and on a financial level, being in the 5-month process of Creatrix calling. So will you share with them what you created and what was your launch goal, and what did you end up attaining in the class?
So my launch goal originally was, I believe it was like $35,000. And I'll never forget the initial interview that we had where we were mapping that out, what I thought I could accomplish. And through the process, I ended up creating a program that launched close to $60,000. And it was created off of the process of helping people become self-reliant, tap into their own intuition, and basically learn how to do what I do through accessing their own sense of soul entrepreneurial experience in this world.
So a $35,000 launch goal and around $60,000 was created. That's absolutely phenomenal. And all the ladies in the class, Raven, were just so impressed by you because you were entering your second and third trimester. Are you in your third trimester now?
I am in my third trimester, yes. And I had also completely stepped out of a career of owning a yoga studio. I've been a yoga instructor for many years. And I moved away and was in this process of recreating who I was and redefining what I was in this world. So as I allowed myself to experience my own element of intuition, I fell into the laps of meeting Jolie at the perfect time. And it was from our conversation and us meeting together that, and her seeing this beautiful potential in me that I had and didn't realize, I was able to far surpass my goal and also be able to align myself in a format where I'm living my truth and I'm living my greatness. And I don't know that I could have done it without the help of Jolie, the help of the program, your gifts, your talents, your ability to hold the space, and push us.
Thanks, Raven. Thanks so much. So, I guess, what was the biggest reason that you chose to invest in working with me? And was it a scary choice? So let us inside that moment when you were just choosing this class and what you had on the line, and why did you end up actually choosing it and investing in yourself?
Well, I believe that Jolie is a beautiful spiritual being that is awakened and knows that she's here to help awaken others to their potential. And so I feel like when I met Jolie, it was divine timing. It was through a friend's birthday party, and we circled back virtually through social media. And so to me, it was divine orchestration. And I feel like if anybody meets Jolie and is on this call and listening to this video, it's divinely orchestrated. If there's any itch or desire to want to be seen and want to be supported through a process of your own living your truth and believing that you can create abundance, this is definitely, like, without question, something that I recognized within Jolie. And so it was terrifying for me to think that I could actually put myself out there in a way and create something that would generate that much money for myself. And for me personally, it was on this individual level that I really wanted to prove to myself I could do this. And I'm now in the process of supporting my entire family. My husband quit his job in September, and we're both able to be home with our children and co-parent in a way that we've always dreamed of. And so it was this beautiful manifesting experience of meeting Jolie. And it was terrifying to think that I was investing in something that big and there was no guarantee for that result. But I had so much, I don't know, everything. I had so much on the line and everything to lose and everything to gain that I put my whole heart and soul into the experience. And I committed to it. And because I committed to it, and believed in Jolie's faith in us and in myself, I was able to watch it manifest.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard work. There was a lot of effort that was put into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did close to like 50 calls. I think like 60 healings for people in 3 months.
Wow.
But I also had, a circumstance where I was able to commit to that wholeheartedly in a way that I had never done before.
Such a boss, Raven. Such a boss. So you're pregnant, your husband gets to quit his job, you have a $60,000 launch, you're doing all of these healings. And like that, as healers, as light workers, that's the goal, right? Like we dream about having a calendar full of clients that we want to serve and creating transformation around us and like doing the healing work we came here to do.
Yeah, and I think that this is a huge shift of truly understanding what being in service to others really is. And it doesn't mean that you have to live in poverty and give completely of yourself where it's soul sucking. This is a place where your soul empowered, where you can truly understand how to live abundantly when you align what your gift is with source and call in the right people, the right clients that work specifically for you. And I can tell you it's real. It happens. So
I can feel that. Yeah, a lot of the work we do in Creatrix Calling is attraction based and working on the frequency. And there truly is nothing more powerful than the human will. So when you're focused on something, you have good strategy and a good product and a good marketing plan, and you're doing the frequency work and you're doing the guided meditations and doing the real true work to get your vibration to the level of believing that it's possible and holding the frequency of possibility even before the result comes. I think that's the biggest ask I ask of my students, is to hold that frequency. And like you said, it works.
Yeah, it is probably one of the scariest parts about it. So, emotionally, it was very trying. I feel like it spiritually matured me. It also confirmed, what I'm here to do at the same time. So it was like a pressure cooker. And it, as much as you're going through the experience with someone, with a group, it's still you have to show up, you have to commit and trust in that process. And it's that trust in the process, faith in the outcome, even though you haven't seen it yet, that is probably one of the most trying leap of faith parts of the experience that you really butt up against, I think.
So now here you are, having gone through that experience, having to hold the frequency even before the result came, and then the results start flowing in and you get yeses all over the place. You have your first $60,000 launch sequence. So now, Raven, what's possible from here? What does your business look like moving forward?
My business looks like, well, that it's never going to be as hard as it is going through the process, because you're creating a process that you never have before. So I'm really excited because I'm in the middle of my first program. I'm launching my second program 2 months after my baby is born. How I roll, and I just love what I do, and I love that I can have it all. I can be with my children and I can be of support to others. So Um, I lost my train of thought. What were you saying?
Just, what do you feel is now possible having your first $60,000 launch under your belt?
Well, I feel like the sky is the limit, really. And I feel like, the fact that I'm already signing other people up, other women up for this next program is showing me that it's recreatable. It's showing me that I don't have to go backwards to the life that I had before, where I wasn't making any money for my family and my husband was the sole provider, and now it's completely reversed.
Mm-hmm.
And that may not be the case for you. You may be single, or whatever your dream is, you can have it, and you can recreate it, and you can really jump into a whole new vortex of what abundance and living the life that you've always imagined looks like.
Thanks, Raven. A couple more questions here, which is, let's just talk about like the actual process of the course. And so we went through creating systems for success. We did a ton of money mindset, building the product, launching the product, the sales. Which module did you feel like helped you the most in your process, or do you remember the most distinctively?
I feel like I'm going to look them up really quick. The slow sales process was and then the signature process. The slow sales process and the signature process were the most impacting to me. It also gave me the freedom to be creative and go into my own space and draw something up instead of being told how to execute. You gave us the outline and the blueprint for it, and it was very thorough. And then the slow sales process was just brilliant and very helpful. And I probably listened to it like 12 times.
Nice.
Just over and over again until I fully understood what you were asking of us. And when I did actually follow through with each one of the steps that you gave to us, it was pretty tried and true that someone was going to be signing up. So, those were the two that I just loved.
And high conversion rates, like you don't have to have 10 calls with people that say no. Like you can actually learn a sales process where you're taking qualified leads through and you're getting yeses all over the place, which builds confidence and is so important in the launch process.
Huge. And I can feel that now signing other people up for my next program.
Incredible.
Just how easy it really is. Yeah.
Is there something that you appreciated as me as a facilitator in the process of Creatrix calling?
I appreciated how frequency oriented you were. I appreciated how you brought together both the left and the right brain. I appreciated how authentic and transparent you were, how you held the space for everybody, that you were woo-woo, but also work-oriented at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think you're a perfect fit for someone that believes in manifesting, believes in abundance, and has a spiritual desire to help the world, to fix, but increase the vibration of happiness.
Yes. Yeah. And what would you say about the other Creatrix sisters that were in the course?
I mean, I believe anytime you involve yourself with a group, that it's divinely orchestrated and that the people involved in it are supposed to be there just as you are. And so they were all amazing. They were all very supportive. I think that's another concept too of just the female sisterhood component that you have really done wonderfully with, that you haven't made it. I loved how you said in the beginning of the program that this isn't a competition between each other. This is a competition for all of us to win together. Mm-hmm. And so it was just a dynamic group of women that wanted everybody to succeed, saw each other's gifts, supported each other through the process. It wasn't catty. It was collaborative in all senses of the word.
So amazing. Your class is like just so incredibly special, such amazingly potent, powerful women. And actually the last month of the program is when my mom passed away. And that Wednesday that I found out my mom passed away, that Friday was supposed to be our retreat. And so my ladies actually self-led their own retreat. I was not there at the only retreat I was hosting. So Raven, you just like showed up so seamlessly, served, and just co-hosted and self-led this retreat, which is like I don't know if any coach could ask for more of her students than to be that self-sufficient.
Well, and it was oddly comfortable how easy it was for everyone to be together because of just the intimacy and the vulnerability that we had created in the group through the process.
Mm-hmm. Last question here. So to the woman who's like on the fence and she's considering joining, and like undoubtedly it is a scary thing to invest in yourself at that level. I remember my first 15K coach. It was just like terrifying. So to the woman who's like wrestling with that decision, like what would you say to her for the process? And would you say that it was worth the investment that you made?
I would say that if you ran into Jolie, it probably wasn't that accident. I would say that if you are watching this video, that there's probably something inside of you that's ready to make a change in your life. I would tell you that you are going to be scared, and it's good that you are, and that it's telling you you're about to leap into a new reality. So it's not easy, but it's totally worth it. You can do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. And if there's anyone that can support you through the process, it's Jolie.
Thank you, Raven. Oh, it's just like, this is why I love doing what I do so much. Here's a woman so fully in her power, supporting her family, crushing her first $60,000 launch when before you were nowhere near that pricing. So just to make a huge leap in changing the trajectory of your future, like I feel the ripple impact of what you are doing out in the world and how you're empowering others. And I think one thing that unites the people and that end up finding me is like, we're here for the awakening of human consciousness. And at the end of the day, when healers get to do their healing work and they build a sustainable business around it, and their passion gets to be the thing that supports their life, like that is the most magical place to live. And that's what turns me on so much about this work, and seeing you live it so gracefully and so beautifully. It's just a testament to what's possible when you believe in something big.
Thank you, Jolie. It's like, it was just such a gift to meet you, and so divinely orchestrated. I can't say that enough. So sign up with Jolie, because you will not be disappointed in any sense of the word. So.
Thank you so much, Raven. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope that you can learn something from Raven's story and be inspired by what she created. And just know that it is all possible. Having a big goal, even if it's terrifying in the beginning, even if it's hard to hold that frequency, you absolutely can do it. So thank you for being a true testament of that, Raven. And thank you for tuning in, ladies.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.